Hello, welcome to our exclusive teaching learning interactive program. I'm Dil Burathogi and I'll be working here as manager and facilitator of this interactive, informative, interesting and resourceful learning program.
Hi, I'm Susmita Singh, a student. I'm going to take part in this beautiful program.
Hello, I'm Rupa Singh, a student. I'm also taking part in this interactive program.
Hey there, I'm Somduma Sherpa. I'm a student as well and I'm also going to take part in this resourceful program.
Hello, my name is Dipang Thing Limbu. I'm a student as well. I'm taking part in this program too.
Hi, this is Sabin. I'm also contributing for this interesting project.
We are here together to provide you various learning resources through this interactive media campaign.
We have a target to facilitate learning English to all those who intend to learn English.
Though, primarily we are going to focus on coursebook topics in compulsory English.
So we shall first begin with compulsory English, coursebook of grade 12, the heritage of words.
We'll try to cover all the necessary informations regarding the lessons of the coursebook in the form of episodes.
Well, in the future, we'll cover other classes too.
We do have planned to design and produce the courses on the basis of your demand too.
Besides learning English language, theories and techniques will also be dealt interactively.
So enjoy our episodes and stay connected with us.
Yes, of course, don't forget to press the bell icon for upcoming videos and catch you later.
And of course, suggest and guide our program.
So welcome to our next episode of the Englishwood. And we are discussing about the poetry, and today we are going to talk about the Lamentation of the Old Pensioner. Okay students, so who has written the Lamentation of the Old Pensioner?
W. Yeats.
W. Yeats. Who is he?
He was Irish poet and dramatist.
Alright, so he is one of the 19th century romantic poet. Alright, so anyway, he was very important to start the romantic movement in English literature. Alright, so before we start the Lamentation of the Old Pensioner, let me ask you something about the Old Pensioner. So I mean, it's obvious that we have encountered the old persons, right? So have you ever talked to them?
Yes, sometimes.
Alright, so Samdama, so what is your experience when you talk to them?
They always talk about their eventful young age and contrast them with their present, and they took time as the culprit that how time has transfigured them.
Alright, interesting. So how is your experience, Susmita?
They talk about their past and energetic young life. Yeah, that's all.
Alright, and have you ever experienced the talking to the old folk, Rupa?
Obviously.
So then, what was that?
They talk about their struggling lives, and also they talk how much difference about that past difference between then and now.
Oh, that's fantastic. So here in this poem also, we'll see what an old pensioner talks about. Let's discuss about this title, The Lamentation of the Old Pensioner. What do you understand?
So what is mean by lamentation?
So lamentation is crying, weeping, and it's an expression of grief, right? That's the lamentation. And old pensioner in general sense is someone who has retired from his job and now he is a pensioner. And therefore a person who has retired from his job is perhaps lamenting, is perhaps thinking about his past life. All right, this is what the title. But Lamentation of the Old Pensioner, we can also say that this is not only the old pensioner, but when we are retired from our active life, all right, that means we are also old pensioner. So pensioner refers to the retired from our active life too. All right, now let's read the poem. Before we read the poem, let's discuss about some of the thematic vocabulary items. Is there any vocabulary items which is unfamiliar to you?
Yes. What is meant by pike?
pike is a weapon, right? And it is a weapon with a spear, okay, and with a wooden handle. So pikes can be made in the villages with the help of woods, spear at the end. Okay, that's next.
And what about sir?
The oars is this is the archaic use. This is the old English use, and this refers before, or means before. Before time transfigure me, I was very comfortable. Let's say, okay. Before time transfigure me, my position was different. He says. Yes, continue. Next.
So what is meant by transfigure?
Transfigure means change. Okay. Change into, transform into, okay, make into something else, okay, that's the transfigure.
Sir, what do you mean by crazy?
Crazy are, let's say, insane, something like mad, and they are very much, okay, they are preoccupied with something else.
Next one is a conspiracy.
Conspiracy refers to the plot, scheme, or some secret design, okay, secret plan. That's known as the conspiracy.
So what is meant by rascals?
So rascals are bad gang. Okay, they are alright. They are some dishonest persons. Okay, person who behaves badly. So they are rascals.
And what is a spit?
Spit, okay, throwing out of saliva from your mouth is a symbol of anger, right? So very important thing here is the poet spits, okay, upon the face of time. It shows the anger towards the time. Yes?
And the next one is rage.
Oh, rage is anger, extreme anger. Okay, that's the rage. So crazy rascals feel their rage, means their boys are very angry. He says like that.
So what is meant by tyranny?
Tyranny is dictatorship. It is kind of oppression. So he talks about the human tyranny. Okay. So some of the dictatorship, some of the oppression of the human beings of who are one state or one country, so that is tyranny. So we discussed some of the words, all right? Now we can discuss the poem, all right?
Yes, sir.
So can you read the poem, first stanza, some of them, and then we'll discuss.
Okay, sir. Although I sheltered from the rain under a broken tree, my chair was nearest to the fire in every company that talked of love or politics, ere time transfigured me.
All right, so this first stanza, can you paraphrase this first stanza? What does it mean?
The first stanza simply says that now I am an old man and I protect myself under an old and broken tree, but when I was young I sat near the fire with other young men and talk about love and politics. So, and that was before the time has changed me. That's all.
Alright, then in this first stanza, what do you mean by a broken tree? This, we can say a broken tree is the metaphor for his wreckage life. Okay, alright. And what does this mean, shelter from the rain under a broken tree?
Please explain.
So here, all right, shelter from the rain on a broken tree refers, okay, the unfavorable situation, okay, of the poet, okay, during his old age, because it is very ironical that the broken tree cannot provide him the shelter, okay. So he's saying that, okay, he's indirectly, that means he's saying that he is trying to take shelter which cannot afford him the shelter, okay? And that means that is his pathetic. And what do you mean by my chair was nearest to the fire?
I think it means he's getting warmth from the people nearby. because there used to be a lot of people nearby him at that age, his friends and also.
Okay, that's okay. So my chair was nearest to the fire refers that when he was young, his position was very important. Okay, and it's difficult to get the seat near the fire, right? And it is in Britain, basically the cold country, all right, and therefore this lighting of the fire is common. So sitting near the fire means he had important position. That talked of love or politics. What is this?
They usually talk about love and politics at the young age.
So it seems again the love and politics are very common themes of the young age.
Common topics.
In the young age, some of the people are not interested to the politics, but here he talks about the politics because he is trying to talk something about the special condition of his country at that time. So that comes in the second stanza. All right, earth times transfigure me. That means
Time has changed him.
time transfigure means before. Before time changed me. Okay.
Before time has transfigured him, he used to be a very important person and they used to talk about love and politics, but now he has become like broken tree, so he has become a little bit invaluable among the people nearby, so yeah.
So that means?
That means time had changed him.
Alright, so time has changed. That means here the poet shows the
Contrast between the past and the
contrast
present.
of past and present. So here basically in the poem, okay, we can see in every stanza there is a contrast of past and present. Next stanza, Susmita.
Though lads are making pikes again for some conspiracy, and crazy rascals raise their fill at human tyranny, my contemplations are of time that has transfigured me.
So, Rupa, what do you understand from this stanza?
I think in the second stanza says that while young boys are making weapons to attack the government, and crazy bad boys show their anger at the human violence, but I think about how the time had changed me.
Yeah, that means on the one hand, okay, so something scenario is there, but he is not concerned with all that, but he is concerned with how the time has changed. Okay, so now let's go one by one some of the points here. So what is this? Lads are making pikes again for some conspiracy. Do you have any idea about this?
As I said, that young boys are making weapons to attack the government.
What is this? Can you bring some ideas that lads making fights for some conspiracy and then crazy rascals raise their field at human tyranny? What is this all thing?
Maybe at that time the government was not doing the right thing and they were not satisfying the people, so that's why they were angry and they wanted to attack the government.
So in this stanza, this second stanza here, there is some, we can find some historical background, right? But in general sense, he says, lads are making pikes. Pikes means there are some of the boys in the society that they make the weapons, and for some conspiracy means for some kind of mischievous work, for some kind of mischievous work they are making the weapons, it says, alright. And he says crazy rascals raise their field at human tyranny, means he calls crazy to the boys, bad boys, he calls crazy bad boys, and they are very angry at human tyrants, at human oppression, at human domination, but he is not concerned with everything like that. He is concerned with how time has changed. But actually we can see that by saying lads, by saying boys to the rascals and crazy, so he shows his negative attitudes towards them. It is perhaps he's jealous to them,
Yeah.
Why do you think he's jealous?
Because now he's already old and he can't.
Yeah, it
Can't
seems
do
like that.
everything
Okay,
that they can,
he uses all the negative words there.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's now jealous. Okay, he's envious. Okay, that he's old, but he could see the boys. Okay, and therefore he uses negative words for them. But okay, historical background is that the historical part is that it was the time during the nationalistic uprising against the British, because British people were dominating the Ireland. Okay, so it is all history. Okay, so Irish people were being dominated by the British people. Okay, and therefore here he says that so he's trying to just show the historical impact that these boys were fighting against the domination, against the oppression of the British people. Okay, that's what human tyrant. Okay, that's what he talks about, the human tyrant. And making weapons, say that of course it is the young boys, young men, who fight against the different kinds of oppression, dominations, all right, in discriminations. Okay, so therefore here he gives a glance of nationalistic uprising against the British of his time. Okay, but here again we can understand that he has no time to think about those things, but now he has only time to think about his old and pathetic time, and that because time has changed things, right?
Yes.
Okay, last stanza. Rupa?
There's not a woman turns her face upon a broken tree, and yet the beauties that I loved are in my memory. I spit into the face of time that has transfigured me.
So, what do you understand, Samadama, from this last stanza?
This stanza simply means that when old age hits you, you're surely gonna be old, your vigor, your beauty, all are gonna be stolen by the time, and that's the same thing what happened with that old man. His beauty, vigor, all has been stolen by the time. So he was very angry, and as we know, not any beauty are gonna look at the old man, and now he has become old, so no any woman look at him, and that's why he feels very aggressive, and he wants to spit on the on the face of the time, because he took time as the culprit.
So he's so angry, right?
Yeah.
He's so angry at last, that he
Want to spit on the face of the time.
he spits.
He spits on the
He spits on the face of the time. He curses the time for
transfiguring into the
old and pathetic old man. You don't look at the old people, right? Alright, so that's his also problem, okay? Yeah. So he says that now I'm old, okay? And therefore no woman looks at me. So he is very much preoccupied, okay, with the old man. Preoccupied with the
Pathetic old age.
He's preoccupied with the previous time. Okay, and mostly, what does he lament for? For not looking, but not
any woman looking at him.
Yeah, not any woman looking at him. Okay, so so it seems he's very much angry. Okay, that basically he's very much angry because no woman looks at him. Perhaps this W. Yeats uses most of the image of love and women, and it is said that he had a woman whom he loved, Maud Gonne. Okay, Maud Gonne. He loved her, but she didn't love him. So, and perhaps that is also one of the reflection we can see in that poem. Okay, so anyway. So in this way, the old pensioner
compares his present with his past.
As he compares his present with the past, he becomes more and more agonized. Okay, he becomes more and more agonized, or he becomes more and more aggressive. Okay, he becomes more and more unhappy, right? And finally he becomes so angry that he
Spits
spits
on
on
the face of time.
Okay, that's fantastic. So any problem here then?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, so let me ask you, then what does he remembers of his past?
In the past he was young and now he's old.
And then?
He had a good position, but now he sits under a broken tree, which means he is now in his pathetic old age.
Then next.
Before he used to talk about love and politics, but now there's none or nothing to talk about.
Then next.
Women used to love and follow him, but now no woman looks at him.
Next.
He was very happy, but now he's very sad and upset and angry.
And can you say anyone?
That's also
So that means he had many friends, right? He had many friends.
Friends and women
Friends,
around
Yes,
him.
good position.
He had good position, he had many friends, but now no one to look and talk to him.
Yeah.
Now he's alone. Can you summarize this poem?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Now the summary is, the poem presents the poet's reminiscence as an old pensioner. The poet used to be an important person, talked of love and politics. Many beauties followed him, but now nobody cares him and no woman looks at him and living under a broken tree. So when he looks at his present state and contrast with past, he becomes more and more agonized. For all this, he believes that the time is responsible. So he spits upon the face of time, which had transfigured him into old and pathetic state.
All right, great. Let's talk about some of the ideas of this poem, right? So what ideas can you say about this poem?
Everything in the world changes. Nothing except change itself is permanent. This is the natural phenomena.
Oh, that's that.
It is impossible to retain what is gone, which means we can't bring back the past.
Then, what else?
In old days, we remember our bygones, energetic and beautiful days and moments.
Alright, so these are some of the themes or messages we can see in this poem. Okay, thank you very much for your nice participation.
Thank you, sir.
Please do like, comment, share and enjoy our videos.
Please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.
Thank you for watching the videos of Englishwood.
So we shall begin with first the heritage of words, grade 12, course book.
We have a target to facilitate all.
It's very
And thank you for your love,
Then I'm going
your reminiscence,
Thank you for your love and
and support.
reminiscences.
Support. Please press the bell icon.
Subscribe our bell icon.
Subscribe our channel.
Hey, subscribe our channel. No?
Don't
Bell
forget
icon,
to press the
bell
bell
icon,
icon.
bell icon.
Channel.
And don't forget to press the bell our program.
So we
For watching our videos and catch you later.
you
Upcoming and resourceful with us.
ठीक छ Go!
Don't forget to subscribe our interactive. Well,
Please don't forget to subscribe.
Of this interesting, informative, interesting. La, okay, so
Thank you.